did grandma teach you how to play instruments, or how did that progression go?
My papa actually taught me. So he played mandolin, banjo, guitar, maybe bass. I can't remember. He played several stringed instruments, and he was always playing guitar. He played in a bluegrass band with his brother, and they used to play on the radio. And I would go to his house, and he just played and played and played, and I would just sit there for hours and watch him. And I was like, I'm going to do that one day. And so he's the one that first taught me like some guitar chords and stuff like that. He had the mandolin in my hand when I was probably 3 or 4 years old until I broke it, and then it went on a shelf. And and he was like, not now. Like, you know. So, and then I got involved with singing. I started writing when I was about 4. I had a little Fisher Price tape recorder, and I would just make up stuff. I figured out that figured you could press these 2 buttons, and it recorded. And so I was like, huh. And yeah, so I started doing that when I was about 4 or 5. And then I got involved with choir when I was 7, maybe 7. And so then I started singing out when I was probably 9. I think I was 9. And then she passed away the end of, like, right after I turned 10. Like, she passed away when I was probably 10 and a half. And so,
So
yeah.
go ahead. Yeah, continue,
Oh,
continue.
and so
I think you were going there. So go ahead.
well, and so then, middle school was just one of those. Middle school's weird. I don't know. Like, we're all weird at that age, and we're all
Yes.
just temperamental and mad about everything. And so I had this group of girls specifically that, because I was always doing a solo, and I remember they just came up and they were like, we're not going to be friends with you if you keep getting these solos and doing this, and we're going to beat you up and all this kind of stuff, like all this random stuff. And I look at it now and I'm like, really, I let these people get to me, but whatever, you do. And so it was that kind of stuff that I was just like, I got so afraid of everything. And I remember, um, 6th grade, I went up to audition for something, and it just wouldn't come out. Nothing came out. Um, yeah. And that went on for several years. And then probably around 15, I started singing at karaoke bars. Like, I would go out and I would start singing at karaoke bars, and slowly but surely, like, that perfectionism was still there, but it slowly started coming back of like, you know what? It doesn't matter. So, but and then I went to college. I actually went to college for vocal performance, had a horrendously bad um, first year of, like, I finished my freshman year of college and was like, I'm not doing anything with music. If I never listen to the radio again, okay. Like, it was just bad. And switched to political science because that was like my backup plan, my safety of, I'm going to be an attorney. Like, that's what we're going to do. Like,
Day and night difference.
yeah, yeah, it is. But that's what I was in my head. That's where I was going. That's what I was going to do. And of course, like, I remember just praying, like, God, if I'm supposed to do music, you're going to have to bring this joy back. And luckily around that time I met Josh, and one thing led to another, as far as just, again, starting to do the worship leading and all that. And until I was like, I've got to do this. I've got to do this full time and do music.